Avoiding Titanic disaster. Could the Titanic disaster have been avoided? The Titanic disaster of 1912 was a tragic event in which the RMS Titanic, a luxury passenger liner, collided with an iceberg and sank in the North Atlantic Ocean. While it is difficult to say with certainty whether the disaster could have been completely avoided, there were indeed several factors that, if handled differently, might have prevented or mitigated the extent of the tragedy. Here are some key points to consider. Iceberg warnings. The Titanic received multiple iceberg warnings from other ships in the area. However, these warnings were not given sufficient attention by the crew. If the ship had slowed down, altered its course, or taken other precautions, based on these warnings, the collision could potentially have been avoided. Speed and visibility. The Titanic was traveling at a high speed despite the known presence of ice in the vicinity. Slowing down would have increased the ship's maneuverability and given the crew more time to react to obstacles. Additionally, better visibility conditions such as clearer night skies or the use of binoculars by the lookouts might have allowed for the iceberg to be spotted earlier. Insufficient lifeboats. One of the most glaring deficiencies was the inadequate number of lifeboats on board the Titanic. The ship was designed to carry 48 lifeboats, but only 20 lifeboats and 4 collapsible boats were actually on board. This meant that there were not enough lifeboats to accommodate all the passengers and crew, contributing to the loss of life. Radio communication. The radio operators on the Titanic had been receiving iceberg warnings from other ships, but they were preoccupied with transmitting passengers' personal messages and did not promptly relay these warnings to the bridge. If the iceberg warnings had been promptly communicated to the officers, they might have taken necessary action to avoid the collision. Construction and design. The Titanic was considered a state-of-the-art ship during its time, but it lacked certain safety features that could have made a difference. For example, if the ship had a double hull, which is a design feature that provides an extra layer of protection, it might have withstood the impact with the iceberg more effectively. While it is impossible to rewrite history and definitively determine what would have happened under different circumstances, addressing these factors could have potentially prevented or minimized the extent of the Titanic disaster. Lessons learned from this tragic event have since led to significant improvements in maritime safety regulations and practices.